Hello everyone, and welcome back to our video series on using Google Sites, either with your colleagues in a business situation or in your classroom with your students. And this video I want to focus on a little bit of themes and how you design some of the header of your website. Okay, we'll also talk a little bit about footers as well, because they can actually be confusing. So I just made a brand new site, and this is like the default view of what you see here. Okay, and here is what they call the header of your website. Okay, so this would be like the main page of your website. And again, we talked before about naming a site, so we can give it a name here. I'm just calling it sample. Okay, and then you can give a name of your page right here as well. And remember, when you're using text boxes, there isn't a lot to change in terms of the fonts, but you can have a title text, a heading text, or a subheading text, and that changes the size of the font. You can make things justified, certainly, and you can also add a link to a text as well, which is kind of nice if you want someone to go somewhere from a particular word on your page. Okay, now the header type, we have a few different styles here. This is the banner. This is the large banner, which gives you a little bit more room to work with. And if you really want more of a minimalist design, you have a very title-only simple banner, which looks very clean as well. So that's another possibility, okay? But you can add your logo, and you can add your header type. You can change your header type. So I'm going to go to a banner, and once you're on banner, there's a kind of a neat thing here is add logo. So I'm going to click on that, and now you can upload an image or select an image from your Google Drive, which is really kind of convenient. So I'm going to go upload a logo, and we have some great things we're working with here, obviously, from Canisius and other places that I'm using as examples, okay? So I might click on this, right? And now that might be my logo of my website, okay, which is really kind of nice. So there it is, it's right there. The background is white, or you can actually select colors to use for a theme, which means that they've picked up the colors of the logo. And now if I really wanted to, I could actually make this the color of my theme, and now it kind of matches a little bit better with the actual logo up here, which is really kind of nice, okay? Now the logo isn't right here. The logo is just kind of in the title of the website. Now, I could show you how to put that logo right here on the main header as well. Another way to edit your logo is you can also, I can get rid of that really quickly. I can also go select, and I can actually search by URL, image URL. I can search through Google directly. They even let you search through Life for images, my albums for Google Photos, or my Google Drive itself, which is really kind of nice. Give you a lot of options there. So I'm going to go upload again, and we'll hit that logo like I just did, okay, which is really kind of nice. All right, but again, maybe you want that a little more prominent. And let's just see if we could select this color. So it kind of gives it, you know, the yellowish color. Not the best, but it still kind of works. Okay. So now we have our logo. The other major option on the header area is you can change the image. Okay. So I can actually select an image that they have in this gallery. So they have all these kind of neat sort of great graphics that have already been sort of designed, and also like major color strip bars that have been designed to sort of work with Google Sites. So maybe like the keyboard looks kind of cool. We'll select that. So you kind of have this like faded out keyboard in the background, right? Which is kind of neat. If I went to a large banner, you'll see more of that keyboard. If I went to title only, you wouldn't see any of it, okay? Which is kind of nice. And then you kind of have that as the background of your banner. Now, we also have themes here. So I'm in the simple theme, but if I went to, and I can also change the colors here in simple, which will change things going forward as you add more images and bars to your website, which we'll get back to later. Also, they have a little bit of a font style, so we can go heavy, all right, or we can go classic. So you can change the font depending on the actual theme. Here's the Aristotle theme, and again, they have different text to use, right, in terms of what you're working with. Diplomat, level, impressions, kind of like really bold, and you can change the colors, you can change the font style to kind of work with what you're doing here. All right, so that's kind of the way you can work with your themes. All right, which is really kind of nice. It gives you some font choices and also some design choices. Not a lot, but I guess enough to make a presentable website. Okay, now back to logos and putting images on this header. If I go to insert, I could always add an image right on top of the header. Okay, so I can go to Images, and I can go to my Google Drive. I can go to my albums. I can go to Search. All right, and then I can sort of look around for a great image to put on my header. So let's click on Images again, and it gives you some choices here. You can search the URL. I can do a search right through Google for images that are relevant. I can go to my albums again, or I can go to Google Drive. Now, you might be asking, well, how can I upload images that aren't on my Google Drive or in these areas? Well, it's easy to do. All you have to do is go to Upload. So any images defaults to really your Google Drive and Google aspects. But if I go to Upload, I can go to that same folder, and I can grab this image I made for my logo, and it's going to put the image below it. But what we can do, maybe it's a little bit smaller. It's actually making the side box smaller, not that part. I can actually move this up. Okay, now that's really big, and I don't want it that big. And I can certainly change the size of it. But I gotta be careful because I put it inside the sample box. I don't know if you notice what I just did. I made a mistake. Okay, I put the image inside the box of text. So you gotta be careful with that. So in order to get that text back, I could double click here. I can do a text box, and I can do sample again. Okay, I'll make this a little smaller, and I can go to a title text, and I got that sample back, and I can move it around. So when you move things, if you notice this blue box kind of comes up, it's giving you some options to where you'll put it, but it really won't let you go really vertical, only horizontal, because Google's going to automatically reshape this website depending on what device it's being viewed on. But I can move this over, but see, I can't really move it up or down. All right, so there's the image. If I click on the image, I can crop it. Okay, I can uncrop it. I can add a link to it, which is really kind of nice. And then I could add a replacement. I could add a caption. You can do some neat things with it. So you have some options there of adding images to your. So those are some of the options that we have available. Okay, so really that's really much we really want to talk about. But another really kind of cool thing to do is to maybe make the background image different from what Google gave you. All right, so right now I'm clicking on the header. If I go reset, it's going to bring it back to the way it was when we first started. But I can change the image, all right, and I can upload or I can select an image. If I go select, it's going to go to here again, right, my Google Drive. If I go to upload, it will let me go to anywhere I want, and I'm actually in my Windows file structure, and I can have this sort of image of our program here, and I can put it on, okay. Now, it's going to put that as the background image. Now, some of it already got cut out, okay? And if I actually go to header type and I go large one, really now that looks a little bit better, okay? So now I kind of have a little bit of our title text from our site. I got the background of the college. I can move this around a little bit because you see Canisius here as well, so maybe you really wouldn't want to have that in two spots. If we get too close, you can move things around. If I go down here, it's going to put it under it, so I don't want that. So you have to play around with how you want to design your header in terms of images on top of the header or images as a background on the header. Okay, so, and then, again, as you look on this site differently from different devices, it's going to look differently. So if I go to preview, here's on a PC. Okay, here's on a tablet, here's on a phone. And again, maybe it doesn't really look the best way I like it. So again, I might not actually want to use that image as the background, or I might want to change it up a little bit. Again, depending on what your goals are for this website. All right. Now, you also have a footer, which you can add down at the bottom. And now this will be the footer. So you can add, again, the same ideas. You could put text down here. We can put images. We can change the color of it. If I just kind of, I can add an image to be the background. I can select an image. And maybe I'm going to use something that they have here. Something like that. Make it blue. I'll select it. Okay, so we got this blue sort of, footer down here. I could add text boxes. I could add images to the bottom of this. Anything I really want, but here's the clue. Anything you put on the footer will be on every single page you create after that. The headers will be different, but the footer will remain consistent. So again, imagine if you wanted a contact information for your group or your school or your business. Maybe you want to put some of your social media outlets, the links to your Twitter, Facebook, whatever you're thinking about. You want to make sure that's consistent. It will be on every single page going forward, and that's important. So right now, if I go to pages, if I go insert a new page, and we'll just call this sub page just for now. Okay, so there's my home page, there's my sub page, and there's the footer. But now let's see here. If I go to the, if I can like change the image of this sub page. Maybe we'll make it this. Okay, and if I go home, right? See how home page is still the header that we kind of played around with, but the sub page has a different sort of look to it in terms of the header. But if you notice, the footer remains the same, okay, from each part that we did. All right. Now, you can also edit the footer. We can delete it. All right. That's fine. Or perhaps if, we'll stop that. Perhaps if you really didn't want to have the footer on this page, you actually can hide the footer on this page and no one will see it. Okay? So I hope that made sense in terms of designing your headers and your footers and what you can do with it. And we'll keep on learning more about how to use Google Sites. All right, take care. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.